Beginning, as we always do, with Thursday night football. We start with the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road at the New York Jets. The spread in this game is Jets -1. I've seen this line sort of move a bit between the Jaguars -1 to the Jets -1. It's been a little bit all over the place. Over-under in this game set at 39.5. The Jets coming off another fun game in the Zach Wilson era. That guy cannot throw a football, which is tough considering he's an NFL quarterback, or at least theoretically is an NFL quarterback. He's like if Patrick Mahomes just didn't know how to play quarterback. He has all the physical gifts, and sometimes he'll showcase them, and then he'll do stuff like throw the ball up to 4 different guys and just pray that his guy comes down with it, which he did at multiple points throughout that Lions-Jets game this past week. It was a fun game to watch. I feel bad because the Jets seem to really have a roster around Zach Wilson there, the infrastructure to compete at a high level, but with the quarterback play that they're getting out of that position right now, there's just no way they're going to be able to win a game or even really compete in the playoffs. If they were to sneak into that playoff spot, which now seems like a really major long shot, it feels like they would be a team that would just get smoked off the face of the earth. Even with Mike White, who I think has been playing over his head a bit this year, they're just in a bit of a bad spot. Meanwhile, the Jacksonville Jaguars won a miraculous game against the Dallas Cowboys, a game that they should have lost 10, 20 times, and now all of a sudden, because they refuse to quit, refuse to die in that game, we're looking at them as a potential winner of the AFC South. The pathway is there. The Titans are in free fall. They are a team that could very easily lose out the Titans, and the Jaguars, it's not guaranteed that they're going to win out, but they have the pathway there to win that division as a 9-8 team, or even as an 8-9 team. I don't know. It's going to be weird. It's going to be a weird situation, but regardless, I'm excited to see how these last couple of weeks with Trevor Lawrence, with Doug Peterson, with this Jaguars team shake out. In this game, as you guys know, I don't like to bet the Thursday night spread. Feels a little weird. Here, I wouldn't be opposed to teasing the Jaguars up to 7.5. Over-under in this game set at 39.5, as I mentioned before. With an low over-under like that, those 7 points crossing that key number of 7 feels a little more important. So if you could tease the Jags up to 7.5, if you can get that line at Jags +1.5, tease that up to +7.5, and then put that together with another game on Saturday or Sunday, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But other than that, I'm staying away from the spread. My main takeaway is just fade Zach Wilson until he's not playing quarterback anymore. I don't think Mike White's going to be back this week. I think it's impossible, essentially, for him to get back in time. I'm going to fade Zach Wilson. Give me the Jaguars here, +1, +7, plus whatever you can get them at. On top of that, give me a same-game parlay with Christian Kirk, anytime touchdown scorer. Kirk is coming off a game where he was shut down by Trayvon Diggs of the Cowboys. We saw guys like Zay Jones, like Marvin Jones, just catching balls all over the field against the Cowboys. That was because Christian Kirk was kind of blanketed. I'd like to see him get back in the end zone here. He should have the opportunity. I know that the Jets cornerback, Sauce Gardner, has been a stud at keeping these number 1 receivers out of the end zone, but it feels like the Jaguars figure out a way to scheme Christian Kirk into the end zone, and I want to parlay that with Zonovan Knight, anytime touchdown scorer. For as good as the Jags defense ended up playing in that game, they were getting just trounced on the ground, especially by Ezekiel Elliott. The Jets are committed to running the ball. Should be a good opportunity here. So Christian Kirk, anytime touchdown scorer, parlayed with Zonovan Knight of the Jets, anytime touchdown scorer.